Hey, welcome to a brief introduction about this 10-week applied LLM course that I'm building up. So essentially, I'll just walk you through what this course is about, what is the content of this course, and where it is available and how it is structured. Yeah. So this is essentially an applied LLM course. What it means is we are more talking about an LLM and its applications, essentially around how do we build the LLM apps, how do we build the LLM agents, etc. Yeah, we're not going in deep of LLM concepts. We're not talking too much about encoder, decoders, tokenizations, embedding, etc. Wherever required, we will actually consult the required theoretical aspect of it. But then our fundamental focus would be around the application of LLMs. Yeah. So it's essentially a 10-week type of course, and every week has multiple parts, which we will detail when we go into that particular week. Yeah. So essentially, it talks about week 1 to week 10. Week 1 covers about fundamentals of LLM and the API landscape. So here we will be talking about starting from scratch. It's a beginner course. We talk about what is AI, what is Gen AI, LLM, what is its capability, limitations, and we will also start looking at the prompt engineering concept. We'll see what is the good prompt, how to use a prompt template, and few examples type of thing. Yeah. And also we'll talk about how to use prompt to instruct LLM to respond in a particular way. Yeah. So those kind of things we'll be talking about. No much programming concept in this first week. It's more about hands-on with prompts using the public LLM interfaces like ChatGPT or something. Yeah. Then the week 2 is more about applied prompt engineering. This is where we will start doing lots of program. Um, we'll start interacting with publicly available LLMs APIs and start slowly building our knowledge around how to programmatically interact with LLM, how to manage the memory, context, and all that stuff. Yeah. Then we move on to week 3 where we will do a bit of advanced application. This is where we will introduce you to agentic concept. What are agents? How do we build agents? Etc. So those things, how to use tools and all that stuff will come here. We'll also have a discussion around the RAG retrieval augmented generation and why is it necessary, etc. Yeah, and at this moment, I'm also thinking about where exactly I can introduce the concepts like MCP and A2A, agent to agent protocols, etc. Somewhere in these weeks, I'll try to accommodate those concepts. But as of now, week 3 is more about advanced applications and agentic systems. Yeah. Week 4, we'll actually start building a full-fledged, full-stack LLM app. So it would be divided into 3 parts. One part will build the server, one part will build server is the backend code. Second part will build the front-end code, and third part we will try to host it on a cloud. It could be GCP or AWS or Azure cloud or any other um, clouds available. Yeah. So that would be the week, and week 5 would be working with different data modalities, like not just limiting to text. How do we work with images, videos? We build the apps to actually do video transcription kind of thing, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's week 5. Week After week 5, there would be a bonus week. Which is where we will try to build some sort of AI automation. Of course, we are not getting into too much of automation frameworks like N8N or something. Rather, we'll build our own simple AI restaurant support executive type of bot. We'll see based on the time and resources whether it's going to be a more of a chat-based chatbot, or we will try to build more of a bot which can actually have a human type of interface. Like it can talk, it can call, it can actually talk to you in a more human-like voice. Yeah. So we'll see based upon the time and availability of resource, we will try to accommodate that piece also. But then week 6 is going to be more about fine tuning and custom model creation. I think more effort is put on rather than fine tuning. How can we provide additional context? How do we build tools? How do we build MCP servers, etc. So these topics are going to be little light basically, but at least on a theoretical aspect, we should know what is fine tuning, what tools are available in the market for fine tuning, etc. Yeah. Then we talk about week 7, cost management, monitoring and optimization of our models. Monitoring is something that is more important. We will talk about some ML ops tools around observability and monitoring area. Yeah. And then comes week 8, where we have security, privacy, and ethical considerations. Um, how do we build secured apps? How do we avoid, for example, prompt ingestion type of thing? Those things, yeah. And then week 9, we would be actually doing a deep dive of some advanced agentic frameworks. Initially, I thought about LangChain, LangGraph, or Llama Index type of thing, but depending upon the time and availability of resources, we might introduce other frameworks like Crew AI or any other agentic frameworks. Yeah, but then I would definitely try to bring in MCPs and A2A concepts and all that stuff here. Yeah, that is very much important nowadays. Yeah. So those things will be week 9, and week 10 is obviously one grand final project covering all the aspects of week 1 through 9, which would be kind of like your profile for your resume. Yeah. So that's the type of um, um, course that we are trying to design. Yeah. Now, swiftly going back to where this course is available. Entire thing is available in GitHub. This is our GitHub repo, github.com Simplify Learning 101. Yeah. So if you scroll down here, we are working on multiple courses, but this is the one 10-week applied LLM course. And if you come here, we should have the corresponding README that talks about the same thing that I explained. One thing I forgot, this course has, even though it is designed for beginners, it has a dependency on Python, right? Because all our Python, I mean, programs are written in Python from week 2 onwards, yeah? So if you're completely new to Python world, it's a simple language. You can always go to one of my other course, Python Fundamentals, even though it is designed as part of data structures and algorithms with Python. You can always refer this week 0 and week 1. Even week 0 is more than sufficient. So it talks about introduction to Python and the control structures and functions and all that stuff that is required. Yeah, but then you can always do that week 0 and come back here and then start doing this particular course. And on the go, you can always refer to your Python related stuff. Yeah. Um, and this talks about the philosophy of the course. As I said, this is an applied, not theoretical one. So this, if you're looking for more of a classical machine learning or more of an LLM specific type of thing, this is not the course. This is applied LLM course. So it's more about building applications using LLM. Yeah. We'll try to keep it as simple as possible. When I say as simple as possible, we'll try to break down the stuff. That's why every week content is broken into, let's say, 10 pieces, 15 pieces, etc. So you learn small things every day and then progress every day. So that's the intention. Um, it is completely hands-on based course. So my thumb rule basically is if we're covering some topics, at least 70% of that should be hands-on. Yeah. So everything will be practice, practice, practice. Yeah. And then we start from zero. Even though I said we start from zero, we don't expect any machine learning algorithm knowledge or anything of that sort. But having Python knowledge is kind of needed. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll potentially struggle understanding the programs that we discuss. Yeah. That's the thing. This we talked about already, 10-week roadmap. But for every week, you have a link. So once you get in here, this is, for example, week 1 content. Obviously, there will be one associated video. So I'll embed the YouTube video that I'm recording around this week. But then along with the video, you also have the contents. Yeah. For example, this week, it's more about foundation of LLMs, right? So we have divided that into 10 pieces. And if you go to the first one, it talks about some theory and some hands-on stuff. Yeah. One thing is you can always watch an YouTube video to get an understanding of what is this particular week is all about. Yeah, and then you can come back here and consult the text here, and always it has enough step-by-step instructions for you to actually try hands-on. Yeah, or else you can simply follow these content here itself in Git. You will still be able to okay, but then videos are little more extensive. Whatever the video that I'm recording are much more extensive because we can't generate so much of textual information here, but then we can talk a lot. So the videos are extensive. So I would suggest you to watch the videos. Everything is available free of cost on YouTube. We'll be, of course, working on a commercial course, but that is later part of this year. Yeah. So you can always refer to this complete content. There'll be homework available which you can try out, and this is how this looks like. So you can go back and then move on to the next part. You can again go through all the content. Yeah. So this is how the entire stuff is hosted on GitHub. So you will always go to a specific topic and come back to that particular course. And once you are done with week 1, you will again go back to main section and then move on to week 2. Yeah, or else even from here, like we have organized the folders week 1, week 2, week 3 like that. So you can always go to week 2 and then the corresponding week 2 content, the main readme file will open, and from there you can always go to the next content. So this is how the course is organized. Hope this is beneficial. So this is again, the first week could be a lot of theory, but then second week onwards, it's completely hands-on course, yeah, which requires Python as a prerequisite. Yeah, of course, in the first week, maybe in the 10th hour, we'll talk about how to set up your development environment and everything, but then we don't do a hand-holding on Python. So we will straight away jump into generating. Our first program would be more about directly interacting with the APIs. Yeah. So if you're new to Python, do the Python fundamentals things before coming to this course. Yeah. Thanks a lot. See you in the